I first started this job in May of 2020, still no one knew what is this going to look like long term.
And it was really sad to see how many people were so close to being evicted or were evicted during a pandemic.
Everybody should have secure housing.
I think at that point the moratorium on evictions had been shared, and so that was already in play. But what happens to the landlords? So there was concern for them, some relief for the tenants, but just so much confusion.
In response to the coronavirus pandemic, the North Carolina Pro Bono Resource Center and the North Carolina Bar Foundation joined forces with the Office of Recovery and Resiliency to create the Housing Stability Pro Bono Project.
During this project, there were so many times that I received emotional satisfaction. You could really tell, especially on the sides of the tenants, when they were helped. They were so appreciative that you took the time out to help them, to reach out to them.
Pro bono volunteers, comprised of lawyers, paralegals, and law students, were trained to facilitate agreements between tenants and landlords to help them access rental assistance through the HOPE program. This project received cases where the landlord had already refused to participate, so this was the last chance for tenants to access rental and utility assistance.
Landlords don't necessarily not want to sign the agreement because they just don't want to. There's sometimes just not an understanding. And that in and of itself is an inaccess to justice, because if they don't understand and they're refusing to sign, then that directly affects the tenants.
Every local landlord I work with, if they started out, slightly irritable or frustrated, by the time we got to a point where we got a landlord-tenant agreement in place, or even if we didn't, they were very civil and understanding and appreciative of what we were trying to do.
I think that attorneys should volunteer for pro bono projects, especially young attorneys. I was learning, I was growing in the field of law, but I was also making a difference in other people's lives.
It was helping somebody out of about the most desperate situation they could be in. I mean, this was an important program.
Our legal volunteers helped over 135 North Carolinian households stay in their homes during the pandemic.
Even after the project was over, I was still receiving phone calls. And so that really made me proud to be a part of the Housing Stability Project.
This was a really great opportunity for me as an individual to be able to help both tenants and landlords to be able to survive and make it through in a really difficult time.